Today's lesson reminds me that over the years, many people have tried to prove that Jesus did not, in fact, rise from the dead. And they are always armed with the reasons as to why it never happened. The first reason they give is the idea of the resurrection itself. I mean, let's face it, none of us have ever witnessed somebody dying and then coming back to life a day or two later. Oh, some people have died on an operating table and then 10 minutes later, they are revived. But the Bible does not say Jesus was revived after being dead for 10 minutes. It says he rose after 3 days of being dead. So how do we explain a miracle we ourselves have never witnessed? There are two answers to this question. The first is based on what we know to be true about God. If God can bring dust, mud, and dirt to life, then don't you think he can give life to a body that has already existed? Secondly, you have eyewitness testimony. Now notice, the gospel of Jesus Christ that was preached by the disciples always included the death, burial, and the resurrection of Jesus, something they said they had personally witnessed. Now, some people try to argue that the disciples snuck in under the cover of darkness, and then they somehow managed to steal the body of Jesus right out from under the noses of some 600 guards. And with 600 guards on duty, they managed to break a Roman seal. Then they rolled away a stone that was estimated to weigh, 1.5 to 2 tons. Now, here's the thing. In all of their testimony, not once did they refer to themselves as being either brave or clever. Their testimony did not include the idea that they had believed in Jesus, so much so that they stood beside him right up to his death, that they had no doubt that he would rise from the dead. Their testimony, which never changed, was that they ran and hid because they lacked the faith that he would rise from the dead. Okay, but how do we know that their testimony was true? How do we know that they didn't make the whole thing up? Here's what we know. All of the disciples died horrible deaths for their belief in the resurrection. Notice, all of them died. Now, here's what we know. Nobody will die to protect something they know to be a lie. It's not in our nature to do so. Oh, we'll die for something we believe in, but we will not die for something we know to be false. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is real, and nobody, not even the best scholars, have been able to prove otherwise. Well, that was our nugget for today. Again, have a look at your lesson. See you tomorrow.